At the prestigious Zenith Military Academy, young alien minds from across the galaxy train in the art of war. They study strategy, tactics, and the history of interstellar conflict, perfecting the delicate balance of logic and power. Every known civilization has waged war at some point, except for one, a species so insignificant that they are not even included in military textbooks. A species quietly relegated to the fringes of history. Humans. Officially, humanity is classified as a fragile, non-threatening species. They are peaceful, a civilization that never expanded beyond their tiny corner of the Milky Way. Unofficially, the reality is much darker. Humanity is not barred from war because they are weak. They are barred because they do not stop. Their history is so terrifying, so incomprehensible, that the Galactic Council deemed it necessary to erase their existence from warfare altogether. Inside one of the towering halls of Zenith Academy, where holograms of battle simulations flicker in the air, a group of students huddles together in a darkened alcove. Their lesson for the day has concluded, but they are restless. Instructor Zar, a towering, insectoid Threxian, had once again avoided a particular question. Dren, a young Zelvari with emerald-scaled skin, folds his arms. I've been thinking, why does the Galactic Council refuse to discuss humanity? Every species here has fought in wars. Even the peaceful races have a history of battle. But humans? Nothing. Helon, a feline Vree with glowing amber eyes, flicks her tail anxiously. They avoid the topic like it's dangerous. She pauses. Which is strange, isn't it? What could possibly be so terrifying about a species that has never even participated in interstellar warfare? Ormus, a towering biomechanical Ethan, tilts his head, his voice emitting a low static hum. Perhaps we should find out for ourselves. Gillet, a Scorik whose amphibious skin shifts nervously between shades of blue, hesitates. You want to break into a restricted archive? We could be expelled, or worse. Dren smirks. Would you rather stay ignorant? The decision is made. They slip through the academy corridors under the cover of night, using Ormus's hacking abilities to bypass security checkpoints. The air is thick with tension as they approach the sealed doors of the restricted data vaults. With one last override command, the metal doors slide open, revealing a massive databank pulsating with streams of classified knowledge. The moment they step inside, they can feel it. Something here is meant to stay buried. The screen flickers as they type the forbidden name, humans. A warning message appears. Accessing this file is punishable by immediate disciplinary action. Do you wish to proceed? Dren swallows hard and presses yes. The screen comes alive, displaying grainy, terrifying footage. The first entry is dated 340 standard cycles ago. An alien battlefield stretches before them, bleak and gray. The invading army, a disciplined force from the Zorvith Dominion, advances toward a human city. The footage is narrated by a cold, calculated voice, likely an AI documentation system. Human resistance is minimal. Victory expected within 2 planetary rotations. But something is wrong. The humans do not fight conventionally. They destroy their own buildings, collapsing skyscrapers on themselves and their enemies. Their soldiers, if they can even be called that, laugh as they charge into enemy fire, some of them carrying nothing but blades and crude explosives. Their strategies are not strategic at all. They are reckless, suicidal, beyond comprehension. The screen cuts to an emergency transmission from a Zorvith commander. His face is a mask of terror. They don't retreat. They don't surrender. There. The feed cuts out. Another clip plays. A burning wasteland, once a thriving city. A surviving alien officer, eyes hollow with trauma, trembles as he recounts his experience. His voice is barely above a whisper. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed the killing. They burned themselves alive just to take us with them. They don't fight for survival. They fight for something else. Something I don't understand. The screen freezes on a final, chilling image. A single human soldier, standing atop a pile of his own fallen comrades. His face splattered with dirt and blood. He grins. The recording ends. Gillet clutches her arms, visibly shaking. That was madness. Ormus's synthetic voice crackles. Not madness. Calculated insanity. They continue scrolling through records. Each one is more horrifying than the last. In every war where humans were involved, the results were the same. They poisoned their own water supplies to deny resources to their enemies. They deployed biological weapons so catastrophic that entire species ceased to exist. They fought not for conquest, but for sheer dominance, not just of the battlefield, but of the minds of their enemies. The final entry is not a battle report, but a decree from the Galactic Council. For the survival of all known civilizations, humanity is hereby forbidden from participating in interstellar warfare. This is not an act of mercy. This is an act of preservation. We do not protect humans from war. We protect the galaxy from humans. Dren steps back, his breath shallow. They erased them from military history, not because they were insignificant, but because they were too dangerous to remember. Helon's tail flicks anxiously. But they've been at peace for centuries now. Maybe they've changed. Ormus remains motionless. Or maybe they've been waiting. Before they can process the implications, alarms blare through the academy. A new transmission interrupts the classified data feed, displaying an urgent message. Border conflict detected. Human territory encroached. The room is deathly silent. The students exchange glances, realization dawning upon them. Gilles' voice trembles. The ban has been broken. The screen changes, showing real-time surveillance of the galactic borders. A fleet of warships, massive, sleek, and undeniably human, emerges from the dark void of space. They do not respond to hails. They do not display any intention of diplomacy. And then, in a transmission directed to all galactic species, a single human voice speaks. You have forgotten us. We have not forgotten you. Your war has just begun. The screen cuts to black. Gilles takes a shaky step backward. The galaxy just made a terrible mistake. The sound of distant alarms grows louder. War is coming. And this time, humanity will not be restrained.